maturing all year long. So I'm just proud of the effort and the poise that they showed.
We do have a mic here in the room. If you have questions, feel free to raise your hand. We'll get it over to you.
Coach, you guys dropped that regular season finale at Utah Tech. Talk about that flight home and maybe what the week was like in practice coming off of that loss, because you guys looked locked in defensively. You forced 24, I believe it was, turnovers, held Tarleton to 36% from the floor, both really impressive numbers, considering what they did to ACU yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we hang our hat on our defense. That's something we can bring consistently. That's effort and want to. So, again, we kind of got back to the nuts and bolts of what we do offensively and defensively. And, again, we struggled for a while offensively. And so when you're struggling offensively, you got to be able to rest your hat on something. And so defensively, we're active. And, we got 2 first-teamers and a Defensive Player of the Year on our team. So that's where we're always going to hang our hat.
No.
Got 2-1. Kurstyn, the stat line for you, 14th game this season with plus 20 points, and 6th game in a row also with 20-plus points. Can you talk about the consistency on that front for you?
Actually, I just saw a tweet. Well, it was ESPN with I think Shay, what's his name? He said I make my whole life consistent. Like, I try to make everything I do consistent when I step on the court, like the same routine every day before the game, and just try to be locked in, like mentally. I just try to be present for my teammates.
And Destini, you had an insane all-around game, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 6 steals. Talk about everything that you were going through today.
I mean, it starts before the game. I was locked in on warm-up and everything. I tried to, focus on my shot and everything, and then I just try to be the best teammate that I can be for my team.
Ladies, looking ahead to tomorrow, as players, you guys obviously know that you fell behind GCU the last time you played them in Nacogdoches by about 15 at one point before rallying back to pull that one out. How do you make sure you don't fall behind by 15 again on a neutral floor where they will likely have a large majority of the fan base in the building tomorrow?
I know what we're capable of. We're a really good team. They're also a really good team. We swept them in conference, and I feel like we can pull another one out. We have a really good opportunity in front of us to get to the championship, and I have all the faith in my teammates that we can do that.
Yeah, it starts on defense, staying consistent, getting stops, rebounding so that we could get out in transition and run against them. So, yeah, it'll start with defense, but then our offense will carry us into the end. And, yeah, like Kurstyn said, we have a really good chance of winning the championship. So, yeah, as long as we stay consistent and play together, I feel like we could come out victorious.
Good.
First off, pineapple on pizza for the players.
Wow.
I gotta laugh for your coaches.
It depends on the day.
Yeah, on the day.
I'm not gonna turn it down completely, but I have enjoyed it a few times. It's not my go-to, but
what is your go-to?
Ham and slice.
What is your go-to?
Pepperoni.
Oh, okay.
Solid. I won't order it, but I'll take a slice from someone else's plate. I'll send it back if I get it. I can't have the whole thing, but I'll take a slice from somebody else.
All right, on a serious note, Leonard, the veteranship that you guys showed today when Tarleton would make their runs, just talk about that and the leaders you got that make it possible to hold a team that really played with a little bit more urgency, late off.
Yeah, we knew coming in that they played with a spirit about them, and they did that the 2 times we played them throughout the year. So we knew they were going to be a tough out, especially, this being, the opportunity to go home, winter advances. So it's surviving advance time. And so he's done a great job in his first year there with them. That being said, though, we know we had to lock in and do what we needed to do. And there were a couple times where, if I probably had a younger group, I would have called a timeout. But I got these veteran leaders here with me that have been through the struggle and won a lot of games in their career. So, again, I just put all the faith back in them. People talk about leadership and things like that, but we have a lot. We don't have one individual leader. We have a whole bunch of people leading in the right direction. And so when you have that as a coach, that's definitely a luxury.
take a look at the year as a whole. You guys have finished third in the regular season. When a lot of folks maybe had some questions about what was coming back after Coach.
You too. Keep going.
After Coach Kellogg left, and a bunch of players left in the portal, going to West Virginia and other destinations. Talk about how much this group has come together and improved over the course of the year, because you could see glimpses at the beginning, that close loss to Liberty, the win over Portland, which is now looking better because they won the WCC tournament this week. Talk about how far this group has come from November to where we are in March, one win away from the championship game.
I mean, we've grown leaps and bounds, not only individually but collectively. You talk about in November, I didn't know what I was doing. I hadn't called a timeout. I didn't, hadn't made a sub, anything like that. And so they have grown with me and kept me from bumping my head a lot of times just because they've played so many games and know what winning basketball looks like. And then as far as our group is concerned, they come and put their hard hat on and come to work every single day. So as a first-year coach, I couldn't be happier to step into a situation like that. You don't have great practices every day, but, again, we get better every day. And so that's all we ask.
Anything else from the room? Thank you all so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. Axum Jacks.
Thank you.